If you like this video, please click on the like button. Comment with the names of the movies you would like us to cover next. Click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified of our latest creations. We cover 100 movies from around the world every day. To advertise with our channel, reach out to us. Our contact information is on our channel page. Now, let's move to the plot of this movie.
Following a pitch by marketing executive Danny Moore, the motorsport division of Nissan establishes the GT Academy to recruit skilled players of the racing simulator Gran Turismo and turn them into real racing drivers. Danny recruits former driver-turned-mechanic Jack Salter to train the players. Jack is initially hesitant but accepts after tiring of the arrogance of his team's driver, Nicholas Capper. Meanwhile, Jan Mardenborough, a teenage clothing store employee and gamer from Cardiff, Wales, is an avid player of the simulator and wants to become a racing driver. Despite the disapproval of his former footballer father Steve Mardenborough, one day, Jan learns he is eligible for a qualification race to join the GT Academy after setting a time record for a particular track. The night before his race, Jan is invited by his brother Kobe to a party, and the brothers take their father's car. Jan flirts with a young woman named Audrey whom he develops a crush on. The gathering is disbanded after police arrive, and Jan initiates a pursuit after driving away when their friends are pulled over. The brothers escape but are caught returning by their father. Jan is taken to his father's place of employment the next morning in an attempt to be taught a life lesson, but leaves early to partake in the qualifying race, which he wins, earning a place in GT Academy. At the Academy camp, Jack puts the competitors through their paces in various tests, through which 10 competitors are narrowed down to 5, during one of which, Jan crashes with Jack in the car and claims the brakes were glazed. Later proven correct by analysts. To Jack's surprise, the remaining 5 compete in a final race to determine who will represent Nissan. Jan narrowly wins the race against American competitor Matty Davis. But Danny insists Matty should be chosen as the representative due to his better commercial viability. However, Jan is chosen at Jack's insistence. Jan is told that if he finishes at least 4th in any one of a series of qualifying races, he will earn a professional license and contract with Nissan. He finishes last in his first professional race in Austria after Nicholas taps him into a spin. And despite gradually improving over the next few races, he does not finish the penultimate race in Spain. He travels to Dubai for his last qualifying race, during which Nicholas takes a corner too fast and crashes. Despite the debris from this crash cracking his windshield, Jan achieves a 4th-place finish and earns his license. He then travels to Tokyo with Danny and Jack to sign his contract, and uses his signing bonus to fly Audrey to Tokyo. During this time, they initiate a relationship. Jan's first race after signing is at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. He starts the race well and maintains a high position until the front of his car lifts into the air. At the Flugplatz corner, hitting a barrier and launching into a crowded spectator area, Jan is airlifted to the Nürburgring Medical Center and is informed while in hospital that a spectator was killed in the crash. Much to his horror, reluctant to return to racing and blaming himself for the spectator's death, Jack takes him back to the Nürburgring, during which he reveals he was involved in a fatal accident at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, which led to a fellow driver dying and his retirement from driving. An inquiry clears Jan of any wrongdoing, but professional sentiment begins to turn against sim drivers. In response, Danny decides a sim driver team should compete at Le Mans and finish on the podium to prove their viability. Danny enlists Matty and fellow GT Academy participant Antonio Cruz to make up the three-driver team. Alongside Jan. On race day, Jan's father apologizes for not initially being supportive of his passions. Early in the race, Jan is left shaken after another competitor's car crashes and catches fire, but is encouraged through his first shift by Jack playing Songbird and Orinoco Flow through the car's communication system, which Jan had previously used as motivational music during training. Matty and Antonio complete their first shifts without issue, but the latter is brought in from his last session early due to experiencing cramps. A wheel nut breaks loose in the pit area, causing Jan to lose several positions. He deviates from advised racing lines he learned from playing Gran Turismo to regain his positions, breaking the competition lap record in the process. The final lap sees Jan pitted against Nicholas, with Jan once again narrowly in front on the final straight to earn third place and a podium finish for Nissan. In the epilogue, the real Jan Mardenborough is shown having competed in over 200 races and served as his own stunt double in the film.